Going back to when we started feels like a whole different world. Spring 2020 had taken the most unexpected turn and nobody knew what was next. My brother and I not going to school in person. My dad suggested one night at dinner that we take up a project so we can really help San Mateo during this tough time. I mean, there was stay-at-home orders, there was lockdowns, and my brother and I, we were thinking a canned food drive, and we came up with the idea of setting up a bin outside our house and asking our neighbors to donate. And then we could take the donations to the Samaritan house. I think the main thing that kind of started the kind of drive within us to do this was my mom. I think she's been a big inspiration, and I think she's kind of always taught us that that's kind of what you need to do, is just look for ways that you can help your community.
I really just began to look around my community. Saw things in our newspaper about how our schools had continued to provide lunches and breakfasts for kids who, relied on school lunches in order to eat meals, who were suffering because their parents were out of work, they weren't able to get food, they didn't know what to do. And I knew this was something that I'd be able to help with.
We came together each week, brainstormed ideas for our flyers, talked about who we'd reach out to, what ways we could possibly get more donations. Just the amount growing each week and seeing the number just, it got obviously way bigger than we ever could have envisioned it getting. Just the amount of donations we got, that was incredible.
It was just a really great thing. Our community came together around us. I think we brought everyone, including us, we gained a sense of purpose for what we were doing. It felt like I, really accomplished something and helped a lot of people. Just happy that we were able to help.
My journey with this started off when I was just in middle school. I was raised by two mental health professionals, so I always knew about mental illness. However, I never really heard it outside of the house, and it was rarely ever talked about, especially at school.
I started going through pretty bad anxiety, and I felt afraid to even go outside. It got to that point. I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to be in social situations. It was pretty bad. When you're in middle school, when you're just starting to become a teenager, you have that pressure from your peers to fit in and to not be different from other people. I started seeing a therapist, and it helped, and I was glad that I could talk to somebody about what I was going through. But I still missed that element of having a peer or somebody my age, somebody in my circumstances to relate to. Bringing out that vulnerability in yourself and talking about your struggles is definitely something that's not inherently something that a teenager, somebody young would want to do. But I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, Emma, if anybody on the Zoom call from your district is listening in and they hear you talk about it and how you were able to get help, they might be comforted by that, and they might reach out for help because you said that. People, especially students, peers, teenagers, they want to have that sense of relatability. So the most recent thing I'm working on is planning on creating an alcove center in our area, which is super exciting. If you don't know what alcove is, it's basically a center for youth. It's open to anybody of all ages, and they're able to have a safe space. They can go to the alcove center and get physical and mental health services for free. You don't have to go with a parent, and yeah, it's just like a really positive space for people to be able to people would be able to access help.